Welcome to I Love Salida TV. I'm Lisa Rankin, and thanks for stopping by. Every week we promise to bring you interesting interviews of people, places, things, and events in the Salida area. And today in our studio, I'm very excited to have our special guest. We have Dwayne Hall from the Prospectors TV show, and we also have Mark Krivanek from Krivanek Jewelers here in downtown Salida. So guys, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate taking time out of your busy days. And we all know that the Prospectors is a huge success on the Weather Channel. We just started the second season here a couple weeks ago. And I think it's wonderful. It's bringing great exposure to Chaffee County of our beautiful 14ers, our beautiful mountains, and not just the beauty of it, but also what's inside those mountains and how all the prospecting and how that industry and business is booming, and it's great for this area. So what I'd like to do is start out with you, Dwayne. Kind of give us a little background about yourself, maybe where you grew up as a child, how I understand you got involved in wood carving, and that's brought you now to where you're at as this cast member on the show The Prospectors.
I grew up in Kentucky, and I started wood carving there, just kind of picked it up, and we started traveling all across the country and back, and we came through Colorado a couple of times. And when my wife asked me what I wanted for my 40th birthday, I told her a Colorado driver's license.
Oh, sweet.
We picked Colorado because of just the natural beauty of it, which is an obvious reason. And we picked Salida because it was, kind of a real artsy town, which it fell right in line with what I do, and has a lot of rocks and minerals, and I like gold panning, and one thing led to another, and I ended up going up the mountain and hunting some stones and found a few, and a few led to a few more, and it just kind of snowballed after that, or very slow snowball, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, so how did you get involved in as far as the show, The Prospectors? How did that all come evolve?
They were filming last year, and they were looking for, more people to put on the show if everything, just worked out right. I was hitting really good. I was finding a lot of rocks. I knew from just the word on the street that they wanted to talk to me. But the area I was digging, I didn't have the claim papers filled out yet, so I just kind of avoided them. And as soon as I got everything legally claimed up, then I returned their phone call. They had left word at a couple of rock shops.
So it's not like you went to this casting call and had to try out for the part.
Yeah,
it was.
You did?
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I helped set that up.
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
So
we did that at the upstairs from his store.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's kind of like an audition, and kind of not. They have to see if the camera likes you, I guess you could say. I don't really understand that part of it. If the camera likes you, the producer people, they like you and everything. I think they can tell.
Yeah, I did read something on your website, on the Weather Channel's website, about how it's different than most filming because you're really looking at a lot of people's backs. Because you're digging and it's not like the normal camera. That's how they explained it.
I think that's really to my advantage.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, and if you would explain a little bit about purchasing a mining claim, how does that work? Because I don't think everybody in our community probably knows how that works. You said you had the paperwork, but
a lot of paperwork. It's federal government, we're dealing with. Not that there's anything wrong with the federal government, but you pay an initial fee and then another fee every year, or do some maintenance work, like picking up trash, from tourists or something. And just as long as you pay your annual fee, you can keep it and pass it down. You can sell it. As far as, is there any restrictions on that, of?
I don't know. There's a lot to be tested on that. I think the prospectors claiming rights have been quite a bit under review. both by the state, the Bureau of Land Management, and the Forest Service. So it's going to be interesting to see how it evolves. Because I think as we go on, there's more and more hoops that they want us to jump through and qualify for. So I'm not really sure what the future is going to play out for the small miners. But as long as, and right now, the state and the Bureau of Land Management are in agreement to work with us and allow us to come up with means that will allow us to protect the land as well as our rights or collecting material, that everything's really good. So it is good.
Great, that's very interesting. Well, Mark, I wanted to ask you too. Mark Krivanek, who owns Krivanek Jewelers downtown Salida, he's had a very successful jewelry store business for how many years now in Salida?
20 plus, yeah.
Okay. And how has this affected the show, The Prospectors in Chaffee County? How has it affected your business? Has it brought more awareness to what's happening in the industry?
Well, I think it's, the show is a mixed bag a little bit. It's actually brought a lot more people aware of the material that's available from Colorado, whether it be the Doris's claim, where they have the Amazonite, smoky quartzes, topaz, or the Mount Antero claims, which produce the aquamarine. It's brought a lot of awareness, not just the people that are in Colorado, but now we've got a little bit of more of a national exposure. And yeah, sure, is my hope. I would like to think that gives me an opportunity for the miners and myself to sell more material and to be able to have more profit out of it. That's the bonus side of it, and that's what we all are looking forward to. The awareness goes both ways. I've had a lot of people that are a little bit upset that we have people out digging up in the mountains of Antero or Colorado, period. But this was a mining state. It always has been. That's how it got founded. It's how it became statehood. I think it's just a way of honoring all areas. And I think it's looking good for the future.
Great.
I get a kick out of being one of the few people that are producing a state gemstone.
Yeah.
It's just, there's only a handful of us. And out of the handful of us digging, there's only a couple of us actually finding them, and it's a state gemstone. We only got the 50 states, so that's just 50 different stones. And I would like to, like Mark was saying, increase awareness, and people, they can come here, and everything's not claimed up in the mountains. There's still plenty of opportunities. You can come up here and go camping and digging, and without having to, be a professional miner. There's still aquas to be had as a recreational.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Dwayne. I was going to ask you, what do you find that's most challenging when you're out there prospecting? What's the biggest challenges that you face? Is it the conditions, the terrain?
It's the mental aspect of it. Physically, it really kills you, especially where I'm at, because I'm pretty much at the summit. And you've got the storms to deal with, you have to prepare yourself that you can't run every time clouds come up. You
So
can if you're lower.
How do you make that judgment?
If it's my time, it's my time.
Okay.
I go get in a tent and go take a nap or something.
Well, I'm glad you're bringing this up, because I was actually talking to some people about the Prospectors, and they're like, why is it on the Weather Channel?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But, now people realize the challenges of the weather, how it sweeps in, and like you said, if it's your time, it's your time.
In minutes away, it can be nice and sunshiny, and you're working in a T-shirt, and 10 minutes later, you've got everything you can find to put on, the snow and hail just blowing and lightning popping around everywhere. It's you risk it all, really, in a way, but then again, you risk getting hit by a bus crossing the street.
And then you're doing what you like. It's your passion.
Yeah, it's if you don't like it, it would really suck for a hobby. You have to like it and really.
It's in your blood.
Really like it.
Well, a lot of times the view, when you go up in Antero, just being at the summit of the Continental Divide, and you're 14,000 feet, and you're above the Continental Divide when you're on Antero, and you can see both east and west, and on a pretty day, it's it's a 200-mile radius view,
Yeah,
and it's fantastic.
you can see Pikes Peak just clear as day, if it's
Sure.
clear 75 miles away, and you can see exactly where the snow line is.
That's awesome. So what is the most rewarding? Obviously, your treasures that you find, or what was it you find rewarding about it, your accomplishment?
Outdoing myself. I don't really keep up with what the other miners are doing. I found a couple of 500 carat aquas, so
Wow.
I'd like to
Wow.
bust 600, So, I mean, that's just a personal goal. I compete against myself quite a bit, I guess, but as far as the other guys, I don't really care what they do. I mean, I hope they're doing good and, making money and being safe and all that, but I don't really care.
Well, and I also read this it's kind of funny story. I don't know if it's funny. It's true. I obviously, because I read it on the website.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, it wouldn't be on the internet if it wasn't true.
But it talks about when you're here that, you don't want people know that you're here or you're home, because people might go out where they know that you're finding
Right.
all this. So they call it the claim jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
So do you get a lot of that around here?
Well, one's too many, so yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I have, I know some people watch me to see if I've came down or if I'm still up there, and if I have to, if somebody sees me and I don't want them to, I'll move my truck, so, a lot of good that's going to do me anymore, but with cell phones,
Right.
cell phones made it so much easier to contact somebody, so.
Okay. Well, we really appreciate you stopping by today, and you too, Mark.
Thank you.
I think it's really exciting. I know that I've had a lot of my friends watching the show, and it really does, for the Weather Channel and for the Prospector, it does bring about all the different conditions that we do get
Yeah.
spur of the moment as far as the weather. So I think it's a very appropriate channel for it to be on. But there's one other question that we ask everybody, so they can't really leave without answering this question. And I love Salida. I've been in Salida for 10 years. The community, everyone I talk to says they love Salida. So we're just going to ask you fellas what it is that you like about Salida. And you kind of said it earlier, that when you drove through here with your wife.
Right.
What is it that you like about it, Dwayne?
Well, I pretty much came here for the rocks and the business opportunities as far as an artist. You want to be in a town that's based upon art, but I guess I ended up staying because of the people more than anything. The people in Salida, they got like a Colorado state of mind, not like, say, in Denver, where they act like people that are from a big city, because they are from a big city, but it's just kind of laid back here, but still with the get something done kind of attitude, because there's so much to do here. There's always something.
There is. It's a
Going
small
on.
community, but there's always tons
Right,
to
you know
do.
everybody, you can't go to Walmart without seeing at least 5 or 10 people, and
You're not going to get out of there in
that's
less than an
usually
hour.
a good
Right.
thing.
Well, awesome. How about you, Mark?
Well, I have to echo what Dwayne has said. The people is what keeps you here, and you find it because it's beautiful. The weather's great. The town is cute and historic. There's so many little branches. I was a mountain bicyclist for years. Also a rockhound collector on Antero. Started there in '77 when I started digging on Antero. So I'm familiar with the valley very well, and it's infectious. It just ends up getting a hold of you, and you stay.
Well, awesome. Well, again, I want to thank you for coming, stopping by, and I want to thank you for stopping by I Love Salida TV. And don't forget to check out ilovesalida.com on a daily basis. It's your connection to everything Salida. And also don't forget to check out the Prospectors on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. on the Weather Channel.
Only on the Weather Channel.
And only on the Weather Channel.
Very good.
Thank you.
It's not something I want to do, it's something I have to do.
Prospectors premiere Sunday, October 27th at 9 on the Weather Channel.